Okay, we're back together here now. With this long reach, I realized using it that depending on where I put this block of wood, if I didn't have it in there at all, I wanted it level. So I put this block of wood at the end, and I didn't have a nice tight fit here. But I realized if I moved where the block of wood was, I could get it to where you could feel the edge of the female or the male piece rubbing, so you get like a good scissors cut when you hammer that down. And the hammer is how I did it. I didn't use a press. I tried using a press. There's a couple problems with that. The hood of the Alpha is a big rounded. I had to do two sides, and my press is only 18 inches wide. I couldn't get it in there. And when I tried some smaller stuff, I didn't like the way the press worked because I pumped the jack, pumping, and and all of a sudden, bam, it would pop through, and I felt like I didn't have control of what was going on. So I decided to hammer. If you can see the top of this from all those louvers, it's all bent, it's all pounded in. So I'm going to show you a couple louvers here on this piece of aluminum, courtesy of Coast to Coast Fence Company. I already did one just for practice. But here's how I did it. Start on the far end. Here, let's mark the line. Straight edge. So I marked a line on my piece, and then I use that as reference, so I could keep them in a straight line. So once you get lined up where you want to start, hold that baby in there and just tap lightly to begin with to get it to cut through the aluminum, and then hammer it home. And didn't quite cut. Try that again. There we go. There's the louver. Now, to get them even and in a straight line, keep using your reference. And I don't know if you can see it, there's a little piece of Lexan I glued on there to get my spacing right from here to the next one. So basically you just line the panel up, the louver you just made on there, line it up on your end, and do the next one. So there's two. And I can get on a line quite perfectly, but kind of get the idea. And what I did notice as I was working along the panel, they started getting a little bit off. So I started about every fifth one, I would measure this end to this end, and if it was off a little bit, I made a little shim. That's just a piece of stainless steel, not very thick, where I could tape it on here, one side or the other, to straighten out my roll. I mean, there's just small amounts, but if you keep going a little, a small amount every one, after 20 of them, then you're way off. So I would check about every 4 or 5 and see which way I was going, and move my shim if I needed to. There's 3. This piece of aluminum is a little bit thinner than what I was working with on the car. This is probably, I would say maybe 30 thousandths. So it's a little bit easier. The 40 thousandths on the car body I had to hit it a little harder, especially to get it to cut. Anyway, there you go. And I got that one nice and crooked. But be patient and do a lot of measuring as you move along your line, and that easy. Everything made from scrap I had laying around in the garage. So that's that. I hope that helps.